Hey, what's going on, guys? Recently I got a commentary from Vincent Cambamperi. I'm sorry if I did pronounce your name wrong, man. I'm sorry for that. And he asked me to scrape data from Yahoo question and answer page. And when I navigate to this site, first, I thought like it's quite pretty trivial and there is nothing interesting in scraping this site. But then I've realized that it's using an interesting method to obtain this infinite scroll page data. So usually we have either a get or post requests to some sort of an API endpoint in order to obtain the new bunch of data, basically. But here we actually have a put request, which is really interesting. So here is the call, basically, and we have a look at the request method. We got this put, and within the response we have this interesting set of questions. Every question has its ID. Also, we can see the question itself and some description if available, if needed. And by using this sort of question ID, we can generate this like link. So we need just to say like, so this is the base URL, and then just specifying the question ID, and we are there basically. And from this page in particular, we're supposed to be scraping all the answers. So saying like the author, last updated, so when it was, and the answer itself, maybe commentaries, likes, and things like that might be fine as well. So again, like, I'm not going to be focusing at data extraction in this particular video, because the most of my tutorials actually do emphasize the data extraction above everything else. So here I would like to emphasize the reverse engineering of the put request using Python SCRAPY framework, and this is exactly what we're supposed to be doing. So if you're interested in completing this sort of a project, let's actually start writing some code. So I've created this Yahoo Answers.py file, which would be the source code for our SCRAPY spider. And before everything else, I would like to say that this is the script to scrape let's say Q&A from Yahoo Answers. Let's say better like this, from okay, maybe okay. And also try to put a little signature at the very bottom, so to say that this code is written by CodeMonkey King, which is me for those of you who don't know this still. CodeMonkey King. Okay. Okay. So first we need to import some packages, and I would need to say import SCRAPY. Then from SCRAPY.crawler I would like to import the crawler process to be able to run this spider from within a Python script and not using a SCRAPY crawl command. So I prefer the minimalist approach. Also, I would like to import a JSON module to work with the JSON data response and to encode the payload parameters. And well, I guess we also could have tried to import, so say from SCRAPY.crawler, from SCRAPY.selector import selector to be able to debug the data extraction logic from the answers page from this one without torturing the target server. So the next thing to consider is we actually need to define the the main spider class, so I would say Q&A spider class, and I'm creating the class. Let's call this Yahoo Answers, and it would inherit from SCRAPY.spider, which is the general purpose spider we're inheriting from here. Also, we need to provide the scraper spider, call it however you want, name, and the name would be equal to, let's say, answers. Okay, and now before actually providing the base, so the base URL wouldn't be this one, as you might wonder, but instead we'll use this URL as the base. So we're not going to be crawling through this view pages. We're going to be crawling through through the API at start, and then we're just going to be generating the links for every particular answer, and that's kind of it. So before anything else, let me just try to think. So okay, yeah, so one little thing to consider. So this kind of URL would always be the same basically. So let's call this, it won't be a base URL, it would be the API URL. So let's call this API URL would be equal to, oh my god, what have I done to this? Okay, and well, before anything else, let me just quickly provide the main driver here. Okay, so I would like to say if name equals to main. In this case, I want to run the scraper, and I need to create a process that would be the instance of the crawler process. And then I say process.crawl, and I'm specifying this Yahoo Answers class name as an argument here, and eventually we need to say process.start to actually run our spider. And from now on we can already test if it works. So I'm just opening the terminal in the current working directory, and by simply typing Python 3 Yahoo Answers.com again. Okay, Answers.com.py. I'm sorry guys. Okay, so everything seems to be working just perfectly nice. Okay, so now some interesting stuff begins basically. So here the main thing to consider, so just to bear in mind that we're working with a put method, and in order to actually get the response we're looking for, we need to make use of this payload. So I just want to grab the entire payload here. Okay, copy, and I say like request payload, and even say put request payload. Okay, so I'm creating the payload variable. This would be the type of Python dictionary, and now I just want to prettify this slightly a bit. So this is how it's supposed to look like. Okay. What I'm doing now is not essential, but still I just want to make it this like way to more readable, to achieve a more readable code basically. So it's like, oh sorry, I guess okay, and Okay, so this is the payload, and we want to be making use of this offset. So I want to make so probably I would leave this offset as an empty string for a while. Also, it would have been nice actually to change this. Sorry, I just want to change this. Oh, I'm used to use the single quotes instead of double quotes. But as far just to save your time, because I just leave this as is basically. So let's keep the payload as is here. Okay, and here. So we'll need this string. So here we're specifying the offset. So say 0, 0, it would be the initial 20 elements, and then say up. Here 20. This would be the offset of 20, and respectively would be scraping the next elements, and so on and so on. So just to bear that in mind. So it's like a pagination if you're crawling through the size with the pagination, like page 1, page 2. But here it's considered to be like offsets for the data entries being fetched from the API basically. So okay. Also we need to provide the headers, and probably let's place the headers before. So custom headers, and this time, so I call this variable headers. It could be the Python dictionary as well. We don't need all the headers, but we need the user agent. Copy and paste. Boom. And also we'll need this little header content type application JSON, which is important one. So okay, this is really important. Okay, because we're supposed to be receiving the JSON data in return from this request that we're supposed to be doing. So from now on we can actually provide what is known as the crawler's entry point, and there is a method. I defined the method start requests, which is the standard method of the SCRAPY spider we're inheriting from, the base spider we're inheriting from. So it will take only the self instance, and this is kind of it. And here, well, first I will make a single request, and then I would alter this slightly a bit to try to fetch next kind of bunch of data until it's available. And the availability of the data we would be figuring out if more data is available from the response from the JSON response. So make HTTP put request to API URL right over in here, and we need to say yield and SCRAPY dot request. So here I'm formulating a custom SCRAPY request. So URL would be equal to self dot call this API URL. Okay, and also headers would be equal to self dot headers. And now we also need to provide the request body, and here we need just to convert this payload to string. And in order to do this, I say json.dumps and payload self.payload, but we need to alter this slightly bit, so hold on a sec. And callback function, well, let's call this self.parse. I guess this would be parse questions, and yeah, and from within the parse questions method we would be parsing answers as well. So before actually doing this request, first we actually need to formulate this payload. So let's say update payload offset. So I need to say self dot payload, and now we're referencing the payload key and the offset. Okay, and it would be equal to, and I'm making use of this stuff, copy, paste. So for now, I will just leave this like format, but then we would be changing this. We would be changing this part accordingly. So probably I'll do this within the track step method, but this would be later on. So, but just before that, I want to actually try to print again JSON dumps self payload and indentation equals to 2 spaces and return, because I don't want to make any requests at the moment. So just to make sure the payload looks like decent. Okay, it seems like. Okay, well, so now I hold my breath and try to run this. So, but before that, we also need to provide our parse questions, callback, function, method, right? And here, def, I call this parse questions, okay? Parse questions, and it would take the self instance followed by the response object, this like, and the response object should be the type of JSON. So, but before that, I just want to simply print our response object. So it would be the bare string for a while, because I would be referencing the response.text. So just to make sure that our put request is working. Oh, okay, it doesn't work because I need to specify the method of the the request. So the method equals to put. Yeah, I forgot that. Hope it works now. Okay, so yeah, now we did obtain this sort of a list, which is absolutely fantastic. So now we can parse it and preprint. Yeah. Also, we could have actually worked with a local copy, just again, like in order to avoid torturing this this site. So I'm just wondering what would be the best way of doing this. Okay. So, well, okay, let's just actually try to preprint this first. So let's say JSON dumps and specify the indentation, and before that we actually need to parse our textual response to the Python dictionary. So in order to do that, I need to say JSON.loads and response.text as an argument. So now we should see the same, but in a pretty printed way. Perfect. So yeah, and best answer detail. Whoa. So now we need to reference this list. So could have actually well, okay, so we got this response, so type reservice, and again, like the payload. Okay, so payload questions. So instead of so here we can say like payload questions. So I just want to limit the data set to only the data we need actually. So let's try this. I hope to see only questions at the moment. Yeah, perfect. So we get only the questions, and we will need this question ID to generate the URL, and we can already make use of the title and I'm not sure if we actually really need this detail, especially bearing in mind that it's not available all along the way, and this best answer detail is also, it's interesting why it's kind of available right over in here. Well, it's a bit strange. So actually, let's have a look at the target page. So yeah, it has some details from time to time, but I guess it also has some likes, but this information should be available on the question URL that I hope to be crawling in a normal way, awaiting using this API, but who knows, I didn't yet actually check that out, so we'll see that. So I guess it would have been nice, good idea just to have the question, and I'm just wondering, is the question available on the target page? So what is Canada still British colony? Why is Canada still a British colony? So hold on a sec. Yeah, so we can actually we can extract the question from this site as well, from this URL as well. So I guess we only need this question ID, and that's kind of it. So let me just try to grab this link and copy. So okay, let me just paste this for a while. So what we need actually is this part, and again from the questions, so if we just look over the questions, so if we look over this list, okay, so we can say like for question ID in this sort of a list, copy and paste. Well, not question ID for item. We can, let's first try to print this item and question ID. Okay, so now I hope to see all the available question IDs being printed within the list. Okay, perfect. So I know we can already try to actually generate answer link. So here I would like to generate answer link. Okay, so answer URL would be equal to this part, and the start of the string query parameters, and actually question ID, right? Question ID equals and plus, and I want to stringify. Well, probably I don't need to stringify this because it should be a string already. Item and question ID. Save. Okay. And now let's print actually our answer URL to make sure that we did generate the correct URLs there. So, oh, my kitty has come again. See this cute little animal, guys. Okay. So yeah, here are the questions. So let's try to consider some of the questions. So I just want to check that out, if the URL works kind of nicely or not. Okay, yeah, perfect. Okay, so I would also need actually to I'm sorry, guys. I would also need to provide the crawling logic. So right over in here, after crawling through, just wondering if this is possible to call the serve request from within the parse questions. This is a really interesting question, but okay, so probably first let's actually try to implement the data extraction logic, and then we will go through growing this kind of additional infinite scroller pages, doesn't matter. So here we need to make HTTP request. This time this is the GET request to answer URL, and I say yield and response dot follow. Oh, as far as we have a normal as far as we do have this normal kind of like URLs, we could have not used the response follow, but instead SCRAPY request, just like right over in here, but still response follow works as well. So the URL would be equal answer URL in this case, and okay, so I'm just wondering if I really about to, so I can use this headers actually. So let's call this headers like boot headers, like the put request headers, and headers, and this would be like get headers. Okay, so here specify just the bare user agent, and that's kind of it. So paste, save. So let's call this API headers. Okay, so also don't forget to change this to boot headers, or maybe call it better call this API headers actually. And this would be just headers. Okay, so here API headers instead, and here headers equals self.headers, and this time the callback function will be equal to self.parse answer. So we'll just create this just right in the moment. So also I would like to break after the very first iteration again to avoid torturing the target site. So here parse answers callback method, and def parse answers would take the self instance followed by the response object. Okay, so here I would like to store HTML content to local file, and here I would say with open, and I call the file answer.html, and I want to write the file stream right as file, and f.write response.text. So now I hope to see the answers. Something wrong here. Okay, Yahoo Answers. There's no attribute parse answer. Okay. Oh, not right. Obviously not read, but right. Okay. So now we got our answer HTML. This is a bit laggy for some reason, so yeah, I would better just close this. And I just want to open this file in the browser to see what kind of content is available over there. So it seems like it's pretty nice content. Yeah, so let's try to start with extracting the question itself. So but before we actually go there, so first I would like to comment this part out. So in the production version I would obviously remove this part of code, and here we need to specify the local HTML content variable. So content would be equal empty string, then we need to open local HTML file, so with open and answer.html. I want to read the file stream for line in app.read, I would like to say content plus equals line, and finally we need to initialize the SCRAPY selector to be able to parse this content locally without invoking the spider actually. So I'm creating the response variable that would be equals selector and content equals to text equals to content, this like. And now I would also like to get rid of this crawling process, and I just want manually run the parse answer method. So here we provide the data extraction logic, debug data extraction logic. So Yahoo Answers and dot parse answer, and I'm providing the Yahoo Answers as instance as the first argument to solve this self attribute argument there, and I just fake the response object with the empty string. We just fake this. So we'll use this response instead, and we can already say like response.css to extract some data, and that's gonna it. So let's try to print the response object, and this should return the SCRAPY selector object. Okay, perfect. So from now on, I guess we can already start providing our data extraction logic. So extract so like data extraction logic, and I used to call this variable features, even though it might not be really kind of nice name in this case, because it's cool when you're scraping product or real estate products, like or real estate properties or something where it's kind of really features, but still just to keep the format. So also I want to print the predefined version JSON dumps of the features. Okay, now get our features. So the first would be the question itself, I guess. So question, and here we need to provide the selector for our question. So question title h1 class action question title. So I'm not sure if this is really available within the source code. We'll just try to figure this out right in a moment. So response css and h1 tag, and we're looking for a class equals to this stuff, and we want to extract the text and get the only element available. So let's see. Yeah, perfect. So we did extract our question. So let's move on now, and I'm not really sure regarding the recursive about scraping the commentaries recursively, and it doesn't seem to have any actually. So well, first of all we need to make use of the main answers. Also we can this updated date, we can keep track of this date. So there's something like, I'm not sure what is this actually, so let me have a look. Maybe the selector would help us to realize what kind of data this is. So expendable content, not much to consider. So it's probably one of the latest answers maybe, or okay. So I'm just wondering, is this available somewhere on the page? Nope. I'm just wondering, really wondering. So what the hell is this actually? I'm really trying to figure it out. So what this data is all about, how to call this. Is this a description or what is this? Okay, let me try some other questions. So oh, so maybe this is like a question details. So let's call this stuff actually question details, or maybe just the details. And here respectively I would like to find this element, so copy, and we're looking for a div with a class equals to this stuff, and then recursively trying to search for the p tag, and we need to extract the text out of it and try to get one. Okay, perfect. And now let's provide this last updated, or we can just call this basically date, I guess, because the last updated is already kind of spelled within this string itself. So span, okay, so span with a class equals to this. Okay, updated 2 days ago, just perfect. Okay, let's move on in this case. And then so I'm not really sure what kind of, so I would probably be not sure regarding the output format I'm about to consider here. So then we should kind of obtain the list of answers. So I guess it would be better to say that the answers would be a list, right? So answers, it would be a list, and now we will try to extract answers outside of this sort of a dictionary. So let's consider, so within the answers we would have another the sub data set. So a div class user profile username, copy, let's try this. So no, first I guess if I just try to list item, answer list item. So yeah, let's try to loop over all the list items within this answer list. So for answer in response CSS user list class equals this one, and all the list items, and let's print answer. Let's try to find, I don't know, this user profile. Okay. So let's just try to see if it works. Anonymous. Okay. So what about this one? Username. So is this different? Nope, it's literally the same. This is a bit strange. So I'm just wondering why. I'm just wondering why it does extract the anonymous while hold on a sec. Oh, because it has, oh, so this is the A tag, right? And this one, it's a div. So let's, in this case, let's try the parent div instead, and trying to extract the text recursively. So this case, this time I should have given both. Okay. So I'm still wondering why. If I just get all, does this change something? Will it change something? Oh no, it doesn't. Okay. So let's try to figure out. So anonymous, none, anonymous, none, Dave, none. So anonymous, and what are those nouns? I'm wondering. Rose, who, anonymous. So are they available? Who, Rose. This is this is really interesting. So okay, let's create so no, let's say like features and answers dot append, and I want to append the dictionary. So user name, and it would be equal to this. So I would have filtered this if needed, obviously. So just for now I want to leave this just this like way. So and let's try to print the entire data set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, and how many here? I guess. Oh my god, where are you going? Oh, what have I done? 8 answers. Yeah, 8 answers, not 18. So I guess I can actually. So I can filter this, I guess. So I'm using the list comprehension technique here, and here the conditional parts say if text.get is not none. Not sure if it works, so let's try to see this. Oh my god. Okay, and let's filter the empty. The empty elements from the list. Okay, it's not the way. Oh, okay. Just hold on a sec, guys. I did go for some over complications here. So Okay guys, I'm sorry, so we don't need this over complications at all basically. So we just need to append on the condition, so only if well, let's extract name separately, extract username, so if username is not none, only in this case, so append only available user available answers, I guess, right? And the name would be username. Yeah, now we get 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exactly the same number we got here. So 8 answers, perfect. So let's try. I'm not sure if this is enough to work with the answers themselves. So if the answers would contain those non-elements as well or not, we'll see this just right in a moment. So let's inspect this element. So I just try this selector. So answer and response CSS div class and text. Oh, what have I done? Get one. So let's see. This is strange. Okay, so let's search this for this within the source code. Copy, paste. Oh, don't tell me this lies within this script. Well, on the other hand, we could have actually tried to get everything out of the script, but I don't really want that. Oh, so here it is. Here it is. Okay. Oh, so we can just, I'm sorry guys, so not the text, let's just try to scrape it recursively, and this should work. Okay, but I'm just wondering why. Oh, not response, sorry, not response, but the answer. Okay, so anonymous, he was daydreaming, and anonymous, he was apparently and then Dave, you hate him because, yeah. So I just was I needed to make sure that the username matches the answer actually. So this is kind of it. Okay, so what else do we want here? Let me try to figure this out. So what kind of data? Date. Answer date basically. So this might have been extracted as well. So let's have a look. Inspect. Okay. Copy. And let's say date. Dislike. And answer CSS. So obviously we're looking within this answer selector, which is the every list item within this list of list items. So we're looking recursively for the answer within every card, say. Okay, so here we actually need this div class and have a look. Okay, so we got the day 2 days ago, 21 hours, 12 hours, yeah, perfect. So what else? So we can try to scrape likes, dislikes, number of commentaries, and I'm really wondering, like, if I'm about to be scraping, how I could have tried to scrape this commentary. So let's first go for likes and dislikes, actually. So what's the parent element, I'm wondering? So this button, right? I'm wondering if this is available actually. So let's try to scrape likes, answer, CSS, div, not div, button, and class this one. This time we need to scrape text from the possible child elements, so this space followed by the star serves that goal in particular, and get likes 0, 0, 0, so all the old 0 likes. I need to check this. No, we have this one like for Dave. Why it's not available here? Maybe I just took the dislikes instead. No, it seems to be the likes. Oh. So is this a different button class? I'm just wondering. No, it's the same. Okay, maybe let's try to look for this within the span. This is slightly weird to be honest. I have no idea why it doesn't contain likes for. Okay, so span save. Oh, maybe it just doesn't match. I'm not sure. No, this should have matched actually. So this other guy. So this anonymous, and then anonymous, and then the next one should be one like for Dave's answer. But where is that? Okay, maybe we could have tried to search by this area label copy. So this still regards the button, right? So let's say area label okay, so likes 2, likes 1, 0, 0. Hold on a sec. Still it's kind of wrong. So anonymous again 0 for. Then we got 1 like, and 2 likes. This is interesting. Thumbs. Oh, these are the thumbs down. So probably we need the thumbs up. Okay, hold on. Then let's try. Let's call this dislikes actually. So, and let's check this again. So, starting from above. So 0 dislikes, 0 0 0 0. Then 1 1 2. Okay. So 2 1 1 and the rest are zeros. Yeah, perfect. And I guess just to extract the likes we should do the same, but here it would be thumbs up basically. Save. A bit strange, so it's in like, okay, again, likes. Okay, 1 like for Dave. Okay, so likes 0 likes 1, and then again likes 1, again likes 1, then likes 2 and likes 1. So 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 and the last one 2. Okay, and the last one 2 and 1. Okay, yeah. Oh my god, finally we did manage to scrape likes versus dislikes for every single question actually, which is really pretty nice. And I guess the very last thing left regarding the data extraction. So I just want to try to find some sort of a post that have some answers available. Oh, let's say this one. So yeah, I just wanna copy this link, and now let me just try to invoke my Python console, import requests. I just want to save this response and this another page. So okay, so now the data should have been different. Okay, so now we're scraping this page, and let me have a look these commentaries. So fortunately they don't seem to be recursive like on YouTube, so just a single level. Okay, comment text. And so commands, and I guess this should be a list actually. So answer dot CSS and p paragraph with the class equals to this stuff, text, and get all this time. So get all would return the type of list for every single commentary. Okay, if I get a comma. Okay, so commentaries. So no commentaries. Okay, so say here we have already kind of 2 commentaries, right? Yeah, perfect. So if we have more than 1 commentary, so we got them been extracted within the list. So this is just pretty perfect. This is pretty awesome. This is perfect. Okay, guys. So this seems to be like really it regarding the data extraction logic, and from now on we need actually to, we'll also need to write the output to the JSON-L file. I decided to consider the JSON line format for this sort of a data to be stored on the local. I just wanted this data to be stored in the output file with a JSON line format with JSON-L extension. So, but before that, so let me just try to command this local source HTML file referencing. Here also I want to command this out. Let me just resume my crawling process, and now let's try to scrape the very first element. Okay, we did scrape this, and now the most interesting part, we will start to crawl through all the other pages, and this is what I want to figure out here. So here we're looping, so loop, just forgot to provide a commentary, so loop over response questions, over available questions. Okay, and also so I guess let's first kind of parse response, and how do we call this? So let's call this JSON data. It would be equal JSON loads and response text, right? Save, and here we can say just JSON data payload. So now I just want to print the JSON data. So I'm looking for a parameter defining whether this is the very last one kind of page or index or not. So can we try to go further on? So okay, what is this typo here? Okay. So before all these questions, start okay, let's try. So I can't really see any parameter describing, like, so is there any available, is there any more error false? Maybe just error would be true here if it exhausts the number of offsets available for the data entries to scrape. I just thought that I saw some sort of oh, load more, can load more. Yeah, this is it. I swear I saw this. So can load more. So we're making another request until this can load more equals to true. So payload can load more. So Payload can load more, and the true should be a string, I guess, right? Because this is JSON, so yeah, true. Okay. Well, we don't actually need to wait. Just wondering why it is stuck. Okay, doesn't matter. So, okay. So just cut this and say if can load more equals to true. In this case, we need to grow. So here, try to grow next. Let's call this page. Maybe it's not the page. Next bunch of data. Next bunch of data. I'm just wondering, can I say next bunch of data in English? I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, exactly. So next bunch of data, and if it's true, well, first let's actually print, say, just first I just want to check if conditional, if a condition works actually. Okay. Hold on a sec. So it's not. Just wondering what kind of the data type there, or I just missed that. Okay. I'm wondering what kind of type is this. Oh my god, what a type. Bool. So this is the boolean. This is interesting. So in this case, but white was true from the lowercase. So now this should work in this case. If this is the boolean, okay, so can load more, I saw that. Yeah, has more, perfect. And now the very interesting part, guys, you know, like, I've never been calling the start request method recursively, believe it or not. And I really want to try that actually. So, but I'm just wondering. Okay, so I also need to. So maybe I can just even leave this guy. But hold on a sec. What am I talking about? So I just need to make. So I'm not. I'm completely lost. Hold on, guys. Just try to figure that out. So if I would have been making. Okay, so, and I would be, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know why did I actually, okay, so, still, I guess we don't need this part, at least right over in here, so, copy, okay, now we'll make this. So here we would be updating our payload, and also we need to keep track of the offset. So say data offset. Let's say 0, save. So so we need to add 20 basically, so self dot, let's call this data offset. So here I'm appending the dynamic value for the data offset every time when we face the can load more feature to be equal to true. And before making a request, I will just try to print this payload. So JSON dumps self payload. So this should be changed to 20 basically. Okay. Okay, this has been changed to 20, and the next request, this would be the exact data payload to retrieve a response from. So yeah, okay, so now let's try to crawl next bunch of data. So here I would say check if next bunch of data available, right? And here we crawl this through this. So here would need to yield response follow, and the URL would be okay. So I guess we can just mimic this, so we can just make use of literally the same request, I hope. So API URL method put API headers, okay, so self payload and parse question. So we will be calling this parse question recursively, and okay, and now we're just dropping after crawling through the very first question, I guess. I will remove that break statement soon, but before that, just wondering, where is that? Oh, here. So I will remove this, but before that I just want to print I just want to write our features. Okay. Okay, here's the features level. So here I would like to write features to output JSON L file. Okay, and we've opened, let's call this answers dot JSON-L. We want to append to the file stream every time as file, and app.write JSON dumps features. Indentation would be equal to 2 spaces and plus the new line. Save, and I hold my breath and I try to run this, and now this should have store every question, the first question from every next sort of a request to the API. So let's have a look. We have a different question. So was President Donald Trump from the very first 20 questions, and is Paris Hilton the greatest American woman? And this should have been not the second after. So is Paris Hilton? It should be the 21st actually. I don't count that, but yeah, so it's the start of the second bunch of the questions. So okay, question date is not available for some reason. I'm just wondering why. Well, this might, so is this not available? It's not available, well, for some reason. Okay, and the likes, dislikes, just fine. We got this answers. Okay. Okay, so every next question. Okay, so I just get rid of this one now, delete, and now I want to get rid of this break statement, so we would be crawling through all the questions within every 20 questions bulk. So yeah, let's try this again. So now it should be crawling through all the questions. Let's check this out. So how did, oh, it goes just asynchronous, so yeah, it's probably, that's the reason the order is kind of different, so it doesn't matter really that much. Still, so it would be crawling until it reaches the very last kind of answer available, and I have no idea how long would it take, but it would definitely should have actually stopped when the answers are exhausted. So okay, so this would have probably take too long. I just want to find the category where the answers are limited. So I've just shown you guys that it does scroll through the infinite scroll page to extract all the question IDs for the particular all the question IDs for the particular questions. So it scrapes, gonna query lots of data, to be honest. You see like really huge data set appearing right over in here. Okay, so I will now try to kill two birds with one stone. So the first part, I would like to show you how to change this category ID. So now we're using this one, 36396, right over here in the payload, and ends up with 012, right? Yeah. So we would just go for another sort of a sort of a I don't know. It's kind of pretty lots of questions here. Another category. I don't know, pets. Let's go to the pets. Okay, but this is gonna be completely. This would be too much, right? So yeah, it's really lots of here, lots of answers. Yeah, yeah. So I guess it just contains the questions lifelong, like, so as far as this site appears, so the questions, the answers from the time when this site has been started, so it's really kind of lots of answers there. So I don't know how to actually how can I try to find some limitations, search some answers. I would like to search some questions actually. Oh, new subscriber, SA Personal. Well, SA Personal, I appreciate for subscribing to CodeMonkeyKing's channel. Thanks, man. Okay guys, so yeah, I have no idea how to limit the number of questions, so let me just show you this little trick. So now we would be scraping questions regarding the pets, I guess. So copy, and so the first category, it was kind of like arts and humanities, so let's call this answers, rename arts. And now if we just change this ID, so here I would like to provide some commentary. So change the category ID, and I just want to provide a sample URL to retrieve appropriate okay, I don't know how to spell appropriate. Let's say proper. Is this? Oh my god, I don't know how to. Oh man. Proper. 2p or 1p? Proper. Nope. Okay, so 1p. Okay, proper questions. And here, just provide an example. You have URL so you need to extract SID equals, so you need to take a look at this parameter and extract the number. Okay, to use it as the category ID below. So in case if the guy who was asking me to make the scraper is if he would want to, sorry, I already forgot his name. So if he would like to change the category for the particular questions and trying to scrape all the answers from there, so that's the way how to do this. You can just change this number, and in order to obtain this number, you just navigate to some sort of a category. You see like this category ID. You just grab the number and paste this right over in here, and run the scraper again, and you would have another questions and answer set. So I'll just demonstrate you this quickly, guys. So now we would be referencing the pets related questions. So I just drop here because it's not much need to go for that long. So let's see this answers. Jason L. Yeah, why do people raise dogs inside a house if they are not so okay, so it's already kind of absolutely different questions, but we do extract literally the same data from the site, from Yahoo Answers, basically. So I guess this is it, guys. So let me just rename this answers bats. So just to provide you this sort of an examples. So this is it, guys. This is it for this tutorial. I hope you learned something useful out of it, and how to scroll the infinite scroll pages fed by asynchronous put request in this case. So the one that we did see right over in here. So I already lost this, so I just forgot reservice. It's not called reservice here. Okay. So I just want to show you this request within the network tab one last time before we stop here. So this is not actually what I was supposed. Oh, it's wrong. It's just the wrong place. It's just the wrong place. Okay. Now this should work. So when we are within the category and just trying to scroll down, then we hit this one, reservice, and we got this response, exactly the response we're extracting our question IDs from, and then we're using this question IDs to generate the answer links, and then we're crawling through all of them, and if this feature kind of can load more is equal to true, then we're trying to scrape the next bulk of the the next bunch of the data obtained by the infinite scroll logic here, and if not, we just break and we're done, basically. So also we're storing we're crawling recursively through all these answers, trying to extract all the available data like username, answer, commentaries, date, likes, dislikes, and if possible also we're trying to scrape this. Yeah, commentaries, already said that, so if any available they would be listed as a list as well. So I guess this is all we can do regarding this site, and I hope you like it and enjoy it. Again, like, let me just find the guy's name who requested this, just to dedicate this for him finally, and then I'll just end this. Okay. Okay. Oh, somebody has subscribed, right? Oh my god. Why didn't I yet end this video? Come on. Nope. Oh no, this is right actually. So here. Venkat Kambampetti. So I hope Van Kent Kambamberi would be satisfied with this sort of a data set obtained from the Yahoo Answers, and I will definitely write the commentary here to answer him and to reference the link to this particular tutorial that I've just made. So this is it for this video, guys. This is it for this tutorial. I hope you learned something interesting out of it again, and see you next time until the next videos. So take care.